morning, everybody. It's not snowing. One year we had I think a foot of snow we tromped through, which was wonderful but crazy. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our fourth ceremony to place wreaths on the graves of our veterans laid here to rest in Stow. Please join with me a moment of silence to remember the fallen, the prisoners of war, the missing in action, and honor those who have served and are serving this great nation's armed services. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here at home and in places far away. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each day to keep our country safe. Many of you here today have answered that call and served your country well. For this we say thank you, and we are honored to know you. John, Bill, and others here. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, and I quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same one day, or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States when men were free." Today we show our gratitude and respect as we remember the fallen and honor those who served. And now I'd like to turn it over to State Rep Kate Hogan for a few words.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of a very, very hectic time to come and pay respect. Stow Wreaths for Veterans is now in its fourth iteration. We look forward to this as a permanent ceremony in our town. I'd like to thank Deb Woods, Tom Ryan, the Veterans Grave Committee, and especially Colonel Martha Monroe, Stow Boy Scouts Troop 1, always there, Honeypot Orchards and Taproot Tree Farm for donating wreaths, and everyone else and all individuals who have donated as well. Our town always honors its veterans, and today's event is another example of a time and place when it is appropriate to do so. And we do this so that the next generation knows how important our veterans are to us. It is so important not only to remember the nation's fallen and honor their service, but to teach children about the sacrifices made for people to live free. Today's event is inspired by a national program for honoring veterans with graveside wreaths. At this fourth annual laying of wreaths, Stow is putting more than 300 wreaths on the graves of our veterans who are laid to rest here in our town. And so we place wreaths with red ribbons by their stone. Please join me in honoring our veterans today and every day. May we commit to an America worthy of the service and sacrifice of our veterans. Happy holidays to all and all those we honor here today. Know that we remember you all at this time of year, and a special thought as well to those in harm's way. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you for being here. God bless America.
Thank you, Kate. Now I'd like to turn it over to retired Colonel Martha Monroe.
Thank you, Deb. So I just want to echo the thanks for organizing this, especially now it's fourth year. I think it's definitely become a tradition here in Stow, and that's absolutely fantastic. And everyone that Kate just mentioned, can we just give them all a round of applause, please? That's absolutely fantastic what we're doing out here today. Thank you to all the Boy Scouts and for coming out and helping place those wreaths. I know that you do it with a speed and accuracy that is truly amazing, so we appreciate that. Each year I lead the Memorial Day Parade, and I usually talk about the sacrifices that veterans make and your freedom and how you got it, and to appreciate that and the fact that freedom isn't always free. This time, and this time of year, it reminds me of hope, of love, of peace, and really that's what the veterans and what the military and what those fallen heroes were all about. They're all about peace, right? You think in the military and you might think, oh, they love war. These are people that want to go to war. Nobody wants to go to war. They join the military because they love their nation, and they go to war to try to instill peace. They go because they have to, not because they necessarily want to. So this time of year and putting the wreaths on the graves at this point in time, I think is a great way for us to show our love, our appreciation, and a way to give back and to think about hope for our nation, and the fact that we need that hope. We need that hope for peace for our nation, peace for the world, and especially for this time of year, for some people, inner peace, right? I mean, it's a great time for family to get together. Some people don't have family. Some people have the lost ones that, we're remembering today. So it's time to have and show that light that's within you, and that's why you're all here today, and to shine that through to others. And this is exactly what we're doing today. So Deb, I just want to thank you again for setting this up, and everyone here. I can see the light and the love, so thank you.
So this is when I cry. Thank you to State Rep Hogan, retired Colonel Monroe, Troop 1 Stow, couldn't do it without you. Stow TV, Jonathan, thank you for coming out. And everyone attending today, and to all who donated wreaths, with a special thanks to Taproot Tree Farm and Honey Pot for their very, very generous donation. Today we do have about 335 wreaths to place on the graves of our veterans. The wreaths have been placed, the wreaths have been placed around the ceremony to make placement a little bit easier. A veteran's grave is marked with a flag, and laying the wreath symbolizes a commitment to remember and honor our nation's veterans. A little housekeeping: before placing a wreath, please make sure the bow is fluffed, kind of looking pretty, and at the top of the wreath. Once the wreath is placed on the veteran's grave, I encourage every volunteer to say the veteran's name aloud and take a moment to thank them for their service and to our country. It's a small act that goes a very long way in keeping the memory of our veterans alive. And to start everything off, I'd like to ask Bill Byron to come down and place the wreath at the memorial here. Thank you, Bill. And with that, I again thank everybody here and throughout the town, and also outside of the town, for donating the wreath and for all your help and support. And with that, I'd like to invite everyone to please walk throughout the cemetery. You'll see the wreaths, and please put a wreath on as many of the graves as possible. If you find that there's not enough wreaths, we do still have a few in the trailer, so just let either myself or my husband in the black hat know, and we'll make sure we get some additional wreaths for you. Again, thank you very much, and thank you for your help.